Hey everyone, this is David, and right now I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about this channel and what's going to go on in the future. Why I just decided to start this channel and some announcements about this channel. So I'm going to call this a vlog, but let's just consider it like a discussion. So basically, here's a few announcements. First of all, today is July 25th. It's a Saturday, and this is gonna be the last video I record for a while. I'm still gonna post some videos because I record my videos ahead of time, my reactions ahead of time. So basically, yeah. But basically, the reason I won't be recording any videos for basically a week is because I need to study for the TEAS examination, which is an exam that people in Maryland need to take if they want to get into nursing or basically any other medical field that is not a doctor. So basically, like, nurses, lab technicians, physical therapists, basically all that kind of stuff. Radio techs, radiology techs, whatever, all that kind of stuff. So I have to study for that because I have a test. The TEAS for me is coming up on Friday, and I really need to study. And so I won't be recording any videos for a while. And well, let's talk about why I started this channel. Um, why did I start doing reactions? Well, because obviously with the current situation, social distancing and all that, like coronavirus, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, we all have. Some of us have more time on our hands, and so I was getting bored with just doing school and watching random videos on YouTube, and I decided, you know what, why not just record some reactions? Because recording reactions forces me to discover new musical artists I had no idea about before, and that's fun. So that's basically why. Uh, but now, what I hope to do in the future on this channel is basically just do some more reactions. But eventually, I want to do some more vlogs. I want to do some more discussion videos about various things that I like because music is not the only thing that I like. Um, I do want to post some covers as well. Like I believe the first cover I'm posting will come out tomorrow or Sunday. Or no, wait, tomorrow is Sunday or Monday. um, but yeah, it's pretty rough, but hopefully people like it. But either way, not only that, but I also want to do like reviews of like movies and books that I like and stuff like that, TV shows, and take a trip down nostalgia lane with those with like various books and movies and TV shows that I've indulged in the past, and that I will indulge in the future, like newer ones, or at least new to me. And so yeah, and if you want to know a little bit more about me, like how old I am, I'm actually 36. So yeah, I'm 36 years old. I lived in about like 20 different residences throughout my lifetime. So that's a lot to some, not a lot to others. So like, I consider myself not really in between, like in the middle, but like, because I would assume that most people have not lived in at least 20 residences in their lifetime. But There are also still a lot of people who've lived in way more than that. My siblings and my parents included. But yeah. Oh yeah. I also have an older sister who is 7 years older than I am, and a younger brother who's 1 year younger than I am. So I'm the middle child, but closer to being the youngest child. And what do my parents do? Let's see. My dad was a pastor for a long time. Then he retired from that and became a court interpreter. And so, yeah, that's what he does. He drives around to different court systems in Maryland and, interprets from Korean to English and English to Korean. Doing that. And my mom has always been a stay-at-home wife. And she definitely doesn't work now because she actually had a stroke like a little over 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years ago. And that's actually why I live at home with my parents now, because I help take care of my mom. And yeah, so that's a little bit about me. Like I've said in my reactions before, I really enjoy music. I enjoy listening to it. I enjoy playing music, like instrumentally, and also singing as well. I don't think I have the greatest voice. In fact, I would say it's like, slightly above average. That's about it. And for a long time, I would say I consider myself more of a musician than a singer. Now it's kind of flipped because I sing more often than I play instruments nowadays, but, either way. Yeah, music was definitely a big part of my life growing up. I started playing, my first instrument was, well, actually, technically my first instrument was recorder, but I don't really count that. So what I consider my real first instrument was the trombone when I started in the fifth grade, which I started in the fifth grade. I played that for 1 year. Then in the sixth grade, when I went into middle school, I played the trumpet. Then the next year in seventh grade, I switched again to the French horn because my school asked me to, and I was like, sure, why not? Back then, I was definitely a people pleaser. Still am, but much less so now. But back then, I was like, if someone asked me to do something, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. But then I decided I didn't like the French horn, so in eighth grade, I switched back to trumpet. And yeah. And I stuck with trumpet throughout my high school years. In high school, I picked up more instruments as well. I learned how to play basically all the brass instruments. So that's, like your tubas, your baritones, your mellophones. Obviously, I had already learned how to play the French horn in middle school and the trumpet in middle school. And then, all those types of instruments I learned how to play because they all have very similar types of fingerings, pretty much the same ones. And, the only thing that's really different about them is like the size of the instrument and the size of the mouthpiece. And that's literally the most of the differences. And, the bigger the instrument became, the more, the deeper the sound, the bigger the sound, basically. And so, yeah, I learned how to play those instruments throughout high school. And then also, like, around ninth or 10th grade, I want to say probably ninth grade, I learned how to play the bass guitar. Then, like, 10th and 11th grade years, I learned how to play the drums a little bit. Not really in, like, a structured setting, mostly, like, jam sessions. Just, like, fooling around. And then, the summer between my junior and senior years of high school, I learned how to play the guitar. like the acoustic guitar. Yeah, yeah. That was basically the beginning of my musical journey. And then my senior year of high school, I also learned how to play the classical guitar in a guitar class. And I mean, classical guitar is basically an acoustic guitar with a wider neck and using different types of strings. So it uses nylon strings instead of steel strings like an acoustic guitar or an electric guitar does. And with it's much easier on your fingers, or on your fingertips, because the nylon is not it's not metal, so it's basically like plastic. So it feels much better on your fingers, but the neck is so much wider that it forces you to stretch your hands. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I have very small hands. So, yeah. Although it did help me with playing acoustic guitar as well. Like, I already knew how to play the guitar by that point. And the guitar class literally taught me nothing new. It just gave me a chance to, practice during school. And so I honed my guitar skills there. And most of what I know now is from that period of the summer before my senior year, all throughout senior year. That was most of what I know about the guitar now is what I learned back then. And then yeah. So learning on the with the classical guitar, it made me a much better acoustic guitar player, actually, because I could stretch my fingers further. But nowadays, since I pretty much play exclusively acoustic guitar, occasionally electric guitar, occasionally basic guitar, my fingers can't stretch as far as they used to. And ever since then, I've been playing music in an on again, off again sort of situation. So sometimes during certain times I didn't play music at all, and then I would get back into it, then I would fall out of it, then I would get back into it and fall out of it. And now I primarily play music for church now. Basically, just I lead worship for the English ministry at my church, and it's not that many people. We're maybe 10 people at most. That includes me and the English minister pastor. So yeah, not a lot of us, but we do what we can. So I lead worship for that, and when we were meeting at church, we're still meeting online right now. When we were meeting at church, I would also play for the Korean congregation because it's a Korean American church, and I'll play bass guitar for them. Sometimes electric guitar, sometimes drums, depending on what they needed. And yeah, so that's pretty much a little bit about me and the announcements I had to make, and also, what to expect from this channel, and why I started it, which is basically because of boredom due to coronavirus lockdown. Anyways, so yeah, that's a little bit about me, and hopefully that tells you a little bit more about me. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments. And thanks for watching.